And the special advisor to the president on energy, Oluwarenje, says the incentives given by the federal government to the oil and gas sector is aimed at attracting investments. The president also said the government is seeking ways to grow revenue and foreign exchange to stabilize the economy and currency. The energy advisor says the government is working hard to make Nigeria the preferred destination for oil and gas investments in Africa. Okay, let's have this conversation with Dr. Abubakar Alkali. He's a petroleum engineer as well as an energy expert. Thanks very much for joining us on Newsnight.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, we had the special advisor there on energy to Mr. President. But do you think the new executive order on oil and gas is capable of stimulating that required fiscal incentives in that sector, if you put it side by side with the PIA, which is just a few years old?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a positive development, the executive order. It's positive in the within the context of the, the push, the renewed efforts to reposition the industry and attract investments, to energize the process of, getting Nigeria get the best out of its oil resources. But also, you mentioned PIA. I think it also raised some questions as to the implementation of the PIA, because some of these things are actually captured, under the PIA, actually all of them. So it means there is a lapse or a gap in the implementation or consolidation of the gains of the PIA. Because if the PIA is working, we wouldn't need to have
an executive order.
Absolutely. However, I think there is need to go beyond the executive order. Executive order, as I said, is positive in the sense that it might give more push.
Stimulates that sector.
Absolutely. Now, you see, apart from the executive order, there are two other things that I think the government should also focus. Number one is security of the oil-producing region.
Oil infrastructure.
Absolutely. We have had NETI, the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, actually told us that between 2017 to 2021, there have been 7,136 recorded cases of pipeline vandalization, which led to the loss of 208 million barrels of crude oil, amounting to 4.3 trillion naira within 5 years. So oil theft, pipeline vandalization, general climate of insecurity in that region will actually not attract investments. Yeah. Even if you ask the investors to come and take it for free, even if you put in the incentives, the news filtering from the Niger Delta region of Nigeria is actually not positive, will not attract investments. Now, the second thing that I was about to say was the bureaucracy. There is so much bureaucracy in the oil sector. You have almost 3 ministers, and actually you would have expected that, for me, there is no need for the president actually holding the Minister of Petroleum Resources. If you ask me, there is no need for that. And the number of ministers as well, the bureaucracy within the sector is not encouraging to investors. And also,
sorry, Dr. Abubakar. Here you have the special advisor on energy to the president saying that the executive order on oil and gas can help grow revenue and foreign exchange and as well stabilize the economy and currency. But you're saying that the omnibus bureaucracy in the oil and gas sector would not make...
Absolutely. You see, there is something very sensitive and very peculiar to the oil and gas industry, which is, of course, based on the fact that it is the mainstay of Nigeria's economy. So this bloated, structure will not help it. Okay, what you are looking at in this industry is a very sharp, straight to the point kind of bureaucracy. No investor will come to Nigeria and sit and wait for months on end, okay, to get his paper signed. Another thing is, which I think will help, is actually the unbundling of the NNPC. You would have expected that this executive order will actually be accompanied with an unbundling, a framework, okay, to unbundle the NNPC. Majorly now, Nigeria...
You're not satisfied with that in the PIA and the rest? It's not far-reaching enough?
Well, the PIA, as we have seen so far, has only unbundled the DPR into the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. And
making the NNPC from a corporation to a limited liability company.
A liability company, but so far you really have not seen...
You're saying that so far it's not so good.
It's not working, yeah. But what I'm saying also...
Is that why? Okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, what I'm saying also is that the gas component of the industry should be decoupled from the oil component.
That's what the executive order seems to be saying, to utilize gas, whether in its compressed state or even for exports and the rest, to attract investments. But most unfortunately, only 4% investment has been attracted, in the last 4 or 5 years and the rest. And the president finds that really worrisome. 38% of, our proven reserve is not being able to really get the foreign investors, incentivize them to come to Nigeria.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying, for us to have a kind of better and more clearer framework for gas in Nigeria. Gas should be taken out from the NNPC, and a separate, we actually should have a Nigerian National Gas Commission, gas company, Nigerian National Gas Company, and a Nigerian National Oil Company separately. And that's the unbundling I'm talking about. You have a corporation, okay, that deals with oil, and you have another separate corporation that deals with gas. We actually have some of this gas infrastructure, administratively and otherwise now. We have a Nigerian gas company. But it is subsumed under the NNPC, okay? And the point is, oil has actually more or less monopolized the investment in this case. Now, for us to take advantage of the huge potentials of the or in the gas sector, okay, globally, actually there should be a separate, corporation that deals with investment in gas, okay, that implements the framework for gas instead of this. Because to be honest, NNPC is too heavy. If you ask me, it's too heavy.
And it's top heavy.
It's top heavy. You see, absolutely. Now you have NNPC, okay, doing oil, is doing gas, is doing joint venture.
They are into road construction. They are into road
construction. So you have so much, so heavy. You need to, and you want to focus on gas. You want to focus on gas, and it is now subsumed under a very heavy, if you ask me, bloated structure of the NNPC. The best thing to do is take out gas from the NNPC, have a separate corporation, okay? But of course, deal with security. Nigeria can do, potentially, can do 5 million liters per day. Yes, potentially. But because of the level of insecurity, which is now like an institution in the Niger Delta region, I
thought the Nigerian Navy is doing a great job there, along with the private security.
But I mean, you sit here almost every other day, Chris. You see the ships that are caught. You see the level of oil theft.
Yeah, but
the level of oil theft, 200. Okay, when they are arrested, what happens? What I'm trying to say is, if you ask me, Chris, we should have special laws for this.
Economic saboteurs?
There is an economic crime, but we should have special laws for pipeline vandalization, for oil theft, because this scourge, the oil theft scourge, is actually moving towards grounding.
It's a cankerworm now. It's gangrene, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Abubakar Alkali. He's an energy expert both in engineering and economics, right?
Economics.
Thank you very much for coming.